Hi everyone, and thank you so much if you've bought the album today. I can't believe how many of you have. Honestly, I'm overwhelmed. If you haven't bought the album, pause this video right now and head over to Bandcamp. I'll put a link below. A couple of things to say about that. There are two versions. There is the official I Do version, which is simply the music, and I've also indulged in doing a commentary version, which is 22 tracks, and 12 of those are just me talking. That's more of this. So back to saying thank you. You guys are amazing. And I just want to say that directly to your face. I cannot believe that I haven't put out any material for 5 years, or any albums at least, for 5 years. And you're all still here. You're all still supporting me. And I can't believe it. What are you doing? Why? This is weird. You're amazing. Thank you. I thought I would maybe sell a couple of copies of this. I didn't realize that you would all still be hungry for music, and it's amazing. It's really inspired that energy that I remember so clearly having in Bitter Ruin, where the need to write songs was driven by the energy from you guys supporting us, and this is just making me hungry to perform and write again. It's a really bad thing. Anyway, it's amazing. And I had planned to spend the entire day promoting the album and desperately plugging it, but I don't need to, because you're amazing and you're helping me, and I'm so happy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the album for those of you that haven't got the commentary version and just want to know the kind of outline of it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I've been for the last 5 years. And then I guess what I intend to do, and maybe ask you some questions and see if you'll engage with them. So before I do that, I want to make 3 shout outs. I think 3. Number 1 goes to a dear friend of mine called Nicky Smash and his band The Rocket Dolls. They have an album out today as well, which I co-wrote 6 of the tracks that are on the album. And hop on over to their page and take a look and have a listen to how I write with other bands. So those guys, they have had a really tough year and they deserve some love and support, and I think you'll like their music. The second person I want to shout out is Mishkin Fitzgerald from Bird Eats Baby. I just fucking love this girl so much, and she is so supportive and has been so supportive of this album for absolutely no reason other than that she's a great friend. She obviously, I'm sure many of you are already fully aware of her band Bird Eats Baby, and Mish also does a solo project and has loads of solo albums, so please go check her out. And third person I want to mention is a guy called Simmons. So Chris and I have started working together on maybe a secret project. And I think every Friday on Facebook, he does a live stream where he performs some of his songs. Again, I think you'd really like his music. So those are the 3 artists that I want to shout out. And then there is one other Chris as well that I want to shout out, which is my longtime collaborator, Chris Stagg, who helped me master the album. So moving on to the album, just to give you a brief kind of background, to me, it's a concept album, and it's an album of 10 tracks about relationships and about the nuance and the really tiny details that happen within relationships. You'll see what I mean as soon as you start reading the lyrics, which you can find on Bandcamp. To me, it's kind of full of very new and very old songs. Some of them were written on the same day and recorded on the same day, and others were written years ago, and I just wanted to do something with them. I've kind of really been limited because of the lockdown. So obviously it's just been myself and my laptop. I don't even have a proper computer to do this on. So it's me, a laptop and a keyboard and nothing else. And I'm really not the best producer in the world, but I just, how hard is it to record a piano and a vocal these days, right? That's what I was thinking. So the songs are now there for you to listen to, and I promise you I'm working on my production skills and they will improve. But now that the songs are out, I want to fill you in on the 5 years that has been and gone since Bitter Ruin. So the band sort of disbanded 2014, 2015, and I did want to pursue a solo music career, but in all honesty, it was extremely lonely. And I also felt like what I wanted to do, which was to just be me and piano, I felt like the managers that I was working with at the time just didn't want that. They wanted me to do big productions and big music videos and stuff like that. And so I kind of went behind the scenes and I ended up doing a lot of songwriting, which I absolutely love. And I wrote for the Kaiser Chiefs, which was amazing. I became part of the pop songwriting house Xenomania, which was amazing for a while, and then not so much. And then I started my own songwriting house, and I'm sure if you go on my Spotify, you'll see that I've been writing for a lot of electronic artists and, whoops, my alarm. And yeah, and I've also, I've carried on writing for myself, but I did lose the reason to, I think. And like I say, I sort of feel like I fell out of touch with all of you, and I felt guilty that the band had ended, and I felt like it wasn't my place to do anything solo, really. And I think Ben, who I still speak to and currently lives in Vietnam, by the way, I think he's felt the same as well. Like it just wasn't really, once Bitter Ruin ended, like that was kind of the end in a way until now. But this year, for me personally, it's been a really weird and very isolating year, and not to do with the coronavirus, but for some other reasons, it's been really, really tough. And I have to say that this is like the first time that I have needed to return to music for therapy. I really just wanted to make something beautiful to my ears. I didn't really care, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I didn't really care when I was writing it and when I was recording it what anybody else would think, and that's because I still didn't really know whether I would release it. And then just as soon as this coronavirus lockdown hit, it like a light switch knew that I had to release something, and that it was going to be a full album, and that I wasn't going to piss around with singles and teaser tracks or anything like that. I just wanted to throw 10 songs at you. I wanted to really focus on what I do best and what I do most authentically, which is create melodies and harmonies, and I love playing around with vocal harmonies, as you'll hear. And I also, for some reason, this album, and I think the bulk of my work for the forthcoming album, that's the first time I've said that, the bulk of my work that I'm doing now, it has this nostalgic feeling, which I don't really know where is coming from, apart from to say that it's probably coming from films that I used to watch with my grandma, as well as some Disney films that I was addicted to when I was about, 6 years old to 10 years old. I feel like particularly the old Disney films like Bambi and Snow White, the soundtracks, as well as I think there's always going to be a huge classical element in there. And also I've been doing a lot of jazz singing recently, just jazz standards, and I think that has come through as well. So you'll probably hear that. I think you'll probably still hear a little bit of my like twisted, dark side. So it's just started raining outside, if you can hear that. That's what that is. So I have a question for you, and I hope that you can help me somehow. I'm not the best at social media, but what I can see is that the Bitterruin Facebook page has 7,000 followers, and the Twitter page has 3,000. I have, I think, successfully reconnected with about 20% of you. It's been 5 years, so I'm pretty sure that some of those followers are no longer interested. Their algorithm on Facebook doesn't allow them to see Bitterruin posts anymore, maybe. Or maybe they've completely changed their Facebook profile. Even though so many of you have downloaded the music today, I just know that there are more of you out there that I used to connect with and now I can't find you. So I wonder if any of you have any suggestions actually. Maybe there's a way for me to reconnect that I'm not thinking of. Let me know what you think. And finally, if you've got the album, I would really love to know what your favorite track is. I am surprised so far what people are saying. So please comment below this and let me know what your favorite track is. And let me know where you're listening to this album. When I was writing this album, I was massively inspired by my surroundings. I've just moved to a new area, and I've really enjoyed exploring the area and going out on long, cold walks over the winter. And I was just wondering where you're going to be absorbing this music. I'd like to know what it looks like. Send me a photo or something. Anyway, I hope you like the album. Please let me know what your favorite track is. Please don't judge me too harshly on the quality of it. It is my first ever production and it was done in 10 days. And I want to make it really clear that it's supposed to be open and it's supposed to be about the songs. And there's nothing flamboyant about this album. It is me and a piano. And I hope that you like the sound of that. As much as I bitch about Spotify, obviously I hope that you guys stream it on Spotify. If you do want to download it at all today, please go to Bandcamp. Bandcamp are waiving their fees for the day, so it means that 100% of the money that you throw at it will hit me directly in the face and no one else. So I am gonna say goodbye. I love you all. You are amazing. I can't believe you're still supporting me after 5 years of me going MIA and off the radar. You guys are still here and that's special. Thank you.